Volkswagen just built a compact SUV that's genuinely better than the RAV4 in almost every way. So why isn't anyone talking about it? The 2026 Volkswagen Tiguan is having a serious moment. VW completely reworked this thing, and the result is a compact SUV that punches way above its price class. We're talking a German-engineered daily driver that goes head-to-head with the Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V, and even some entry-level luxury options. And in several categories, it wins clean. But there's one thing about this Tiguan that almost nobody is mentioning. Stay with me, because we're getting there. Let's start under the hood, because the powertrain story here is actually interesting. Every single 2026 Tiguan runs a 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine. The base setup produces 201 horsepower, which is decent, but nothing that'll get your pulse up. The top-tier turbo trim, though, bumps that to 268 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. Those numbers put it right in Audi Q5 territory, because mechanically, it basically is one. 0 to 60 in 6.7 seconds. That's not sports car territory, but it's got enough pull to make highway merges feel confident rather than white-knuckled. Paired to an 8-speed automatic and standard AWD, all-wheel drive, you're also looking at 25 mpg combined. For a vehicle with this much power on tap, that's respectable. Now compare that to the gas-powered RAV4, which tops out at 203 horsepower with no turbocharged upgrade option. Or the CR-V, which maxes at 214 horses. The Tiguan Turbo straight up outmuscles both of them, and you're not paying a luxury brand premium to get there. That matters when you're sitting in traffic every morning wondering if you made the right call. The exterior design is where things get personal for me. VW went all in on making this thing look like it costs more than it does. Up front, there's a wide blacked-out grille, full LED headlights with animated sequences, and an illuminated VW logo that looks genuinely sharp at night. The rear continues that theme with a full-width LED light bar and another illuminated logo. Honestly, I've caught myself doing a double-take thinking it was an Audi parked outside. That's not an accident. It's intentional design language borrowed straight from VW's premium sibling brands. You get 17-inch alloys on lower trims, 20-inch wheels on the top model, optional two-tone roof, gloss black wheel arch trim. It's a lot of visual effort for a compact SUV, and it works. But that's not even the weirdest part. Step inside, and the gap between this and its competitors gets even bigger. The cabin of the Tiguan is genuinely nicer than what you get in the RAV4 and CR-V. Full stop. VW uses real wood trim on the top model. Not fake printed plastic, actual wood. Quilted leather seats with massage function. 3-zone automatic climate control, which means your rear passengers can adjust their own temperature independently. That feature barely shows up in this segment at all. Heated seats are standard across every trim level. A 15-inch infotainment display on the top trim. For reference, that's the same screen size as a Tesla Model Y. Lower trims still get a 12.9-inch display, which already beats the CR-V's 9-inch screen by a significant margin. There's also a head-up display, wireless Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto, a 12-speaker Harman Kardon audio system, and a rotary dial on the center console that controls both drive modes and ambient lighting like something off a concept car. A full 360-degree camera system with overhead view makes parallel parking feel like cheating. I'll be straight with you. The infotainment software can feel overly layered. Some climate functions are buried 2 menus deep, and if you're wearing gloves on a cold morning, it tests your patience before you've had coffee. The good news is it works reliably with gloves on, which VW apparently actually tested. That's a small thing that tells you a lot about how much thought went into real-world use. Now this is where it gets interesting. Rear seat and cargo space. The Tiguan's rear seat offers 40.2 inches of legroom. The RAV4 comes in at exactly 37.8 inches. That's a meaningful difference if you regularly carry adults in the back. Headroom back there is generous too, even with the panoramic sunroof. 3-stage heated rear seats are available on the top model. 2 USB-C ports. Dedicated climate vents. The rear passengers are genuinely looked after here. Cargo space behind the second row sits at 33.8 cubic feet, expanding to 69.8 cubic feet, with the seats folded flat in a 60-40 split. That's nearly identical to the RAV4. The CR-V edges ahead slightly in total cargo volume, so if raw storage is your priority for Costco runs or camping trips, that's worth noting. Speaking of real-world use, the Tiguan Turbo's fuel economy matches the standard 2.0-liter trim at 25 mpg, combined with AWD. You're getting an extra 67 horsepower and paying nothing extra at the pump for it. That's the kind of math that makes a decision easy. Would you take the 2026 Tiguan Turbo over a RAV4? Genuinely curious? Drop it in the comments. Safety tech is thorough across the board. All 4 active safety features come standard, and new for 2026, the Travel Assist system now supports initiated lane changes on the highway. That's a feature you typically find on pricier vehicles. Alright, here's the payoff. Remember the hook? The thing nobody's talking about? The Tiguan actually rides more comfortably than the RAV4 on its standard suspension. Not by a massive margin, but consistently enough that passengers notice. And on the top spec model with adaptive suspension, it matches the ride quality of a Volvo XC40, a vehicle that costs significantly more. A compact VW that competes with a Volvo on ride comfort. That's the story the spec sheet doesn't tell you. The 2026 Volkswagen Tiguan is the most underrated compact SUV on the market right now, and that's a window that won't stay open long. If you're fed up with the hype machine and want straight-up honest breakdowns, hit subscribe and stick around with us. Your support, seriously, is the heartbeat behind every video we pour ourselves into making. Really glad you were here today, and I'll see you when the next one drops.